Hi, I'm Harrison Berg.
Hi, I'm Ella Harone, and welcome back to Good Morning KU. How are you doing today, Harrison?
You know, I'm doing all right. It was an uneventful weekend, but there's other stuff going around on campus this week, so
Yeah.
lots to talk about.
I bet you were just so excited to get back to campus and go to class,
I mean,
right?
with the first day of fall being on Sunday, I'm feeling really comfortable in this weather. It's a really nice temperature outside. We got leaves changing colors already, and it's just a great vibe around.
I can
Lawrence.
bring my sweaters back out. I love the leaves. It's very beautiful
Yeah,
on campus.
it's
I'll
amazing.
take it, but I will miss summer. It was a good
Definitely.
time.
Summer's always great, but I'm always been more of a fall guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have too.
Yeah.
Did you do anything fun this summer though?
This summer,
Yeah.
I worked a lot. I really had to make money to come back and
Yeah.
have a great time here without having to focus too much on work. So I definitely did a lot of summer jobs this summer. But what about you?
Yeah, the same. I was in Lawrence the whole time. I worked a couple jobs. Didn't do much, but it was nice to have it be sunny, and driving in Lawrence was way more relaxing with less students here. So
Yeah,
it's good to have them
definitely.
back, but I miss
Yeah.
the no traffic, to be
Yeah.
honest. So, how about this weekend? Did you do anything fun this weekend?
Well, I was watching a lot of football. KU just really, dropped a stinker this weekend, but I can't really celebrate anything. The Chiefs won, but that's, we need the Jayhawks back. Lawrence is great when the Jayhawks are winning.
Yeah, you said it yourself. That was a big stinker.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I went to the Iowa State game this weekend. I didn't actually go to the game, but they played, I think, Arkansas State, and they won by at least 40 points. So that was pretty fun, except I, of course, will always be a KU fan, but it was kind of nice to go because they were all celebrating, except, though, when I did go to the tailgates, the marching band, was following everyone around, which was, kind of fun, but I was also on a Zoom meeting, and they were, right in my ear.
Wow.
So, good for them for the dedication.
Right. You always love to see a marching band dedicated to their craft.
I know.
It's really impressive.
I just love the KU marching band too much that I couldn't really be appreciative.
I can't,
you know what I mean?
Like Tony Soprano said, never go against the family. You have to always support the hometown team. KU marching band is the best in the business. They go on at halftime. They go on at the beginning of the game. You really can't beat them.
Yeah, in another life, I think I would have been on the basketball marching band. They have so much fun. And the guy that played Ted Lasso went and hung out with them at that one game.
Yeah.
I had a lot of FOMO.
My buddy got a picture with Jason Sudeikis last year when he was at the game. Shout out Jack Ampolsky.
Oh,
but
hey.
He definitely got a picture with all those guys.
I should have never gave up playing trombone when I was in the 6th grade, honestly. And then I would have been there.
Right, that would be just a good skill to have in the KU marching band.
I know.
I actually heard they need trombonists. You should go try out.
You think I can just pull those skills back out?
Yeah,
from my middle
absolutely.
school? You know what? I could.
I've heard that the KU marching band really draws it out of their students. So
I think if I got to wear that hat, then I would just be a million times more talented the second I put it on.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why did you not go to any games this weekend? What happened?
I was working. Surprise, surprise. I have a job at the Dole Institute of Politics. It's a great job. Some would say the best job, but it was I
don't know who would say that, but
well,
okay.
yeah, me neither. But it was a great it's a great place to work. It's a beautiful building. I was a little disappointed because all of my friends got to go to the Royals game on Sunday, but I was stuck at the Dole. Making sure that no tomfoolery happened in the museum. But I actually have a little idea. Why don't we do this?
Okay.
5 things to tell your boss so you do not have to miss any baseball games.
Yeah, if it was me, I would have. Let's see, what would I have said? I would have said, "Oh my gosh, my dog fell into the Dole Institute fountain. Can't swim. Gotta go take it to the veterinarian. Can't come to work today. Sorry."
That's actually a really good one.
Yeah.
I never would have thought of that. Sometimes I always like to play the I'm sick card. It's always a valid one. I think COVID is still a valid excuse to miss work.
Just say, "Oh, gotta go take a COVID test,"
Right.
which is a smart thing to do.
Yeah, it is a smart thing to do. We always want to stay socially aware, very aware of our personal health. It's a very important thing in this time.
Yeah, that's always a good one. Always a good staple. Always, bring up a good family emergency.
Yeah.
But like a cool one. Like, oh, my aunt's having twins. Gotta go. Can't come to work.
Yeah.
Gotta go to the Royals
Or
game.
you could say that my dog went into the museum and jumped through a window, or my dog ate my homework.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Always a classic. Can't
Yeah.
go wrong with those. Well, if you ever need those tips to get out of class or work or anything, you heard it from us first. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to Good Morning KU, and we're going to be back after a break.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back. I'm Oliver.
And I'm Elena, and this is our Good Morning KU News update, and we are having problems with the teleprompter. But our first story is about Israel launched airstrikes on Hezbollah yesterday, killing at least 356 people and injuring more than 1,200 others in Lebanon. It was the deadliest day of Israel attacks since 2006. The strikes were Israel's latest attempt to break the terrorist group's resolve after an undercover operation last week blew up Hezbollah's wireless devices. The Hezbollah deputy chief pledged on Sunday to continue attacking until Israel ended its military campaign against Hamas in Gaza.
The man authorities say sat outside of Donald Trump's golf course in Florida with a rifle wrote in a letter that he was there to assassinate Trump. In a new court filing Monday, Ryan Leslie Ralph was charged with 2 firearm offenses after allegedly fleeing from the Trump International Golf Course. More serious charges could be brought as prosecutors plan to charge Ralph with attempting to assassinate the former president. Ralph will remain detained until more hearings are called.
The FBI released its latest report showing a significant drop in murder rates across the United States. According to the data, the national murder rate has decreased by 7% compared to last year. Experts attribute this decline to improving policing strategies, community engagement, and advancement in forensic technology. The report also notes that general decrease in other violent crimes, suggesting a positive trend in public safety.
Potential tropical cyclone 9 is expected to become Hurricane Helene and hit the Florida Panhandle as at least a major Category 3 hurricane by Thursday. Extremely strong winds, heavy rain, and storm surge are expected, as well as flooding and widespread power outages. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has declared a state of emergency for 41 Florida counties in preparation for the storm. After landfall, the storm is expected to continue to move inland, impacting Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee over the weekend.
In Kansas, larger farms are increasingly pushing out smaller ones, leading to significant changes in rural communities. This trend is causing local businesses and services such as hospitals and schools to shut down. Mental health access is already limited in these areas and is becoming more strained. The isolation and stress associated with working in agriculture are worsening mental health issues among farmers. The shift is reshaping rural Kansas landscape, affecting many people's lives.
A KU nursing student received a $10,000 scholarship from the Morongo Band of Mission Indians. Kathleen Keller Menulito of the Bishop Paiute tribe in California is actively involved in the Native American community, working with the American Indian Records Repository, which safeguards the treaties between the federal government and Native Americans.
That will wrap it up for news. Next up is Atakai with sports.
The weather delay with a final score of 32-28. Starting conference play 0-1, Kansas looks to bounce back this Saturday as they play TCU at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. TCU is also 0-1 in Big 12 play after losing to SMU this weekend and is 2-2 overall. In his weekly press conference Monday, Coach Leipold said that the team will continue to prepare as usual.
Somebody told me we're 5-5 in one-score games going into this year. Is that accurate? And now we're 0-3, and this year, you hope with I think maybe the disappointing or frustration for anybody that's following our program would look at and say you have this amount of returning players that if you've been through those would help carry you, but it's not it hasn't played out that way.
The Chiefs played on Sunday Night Football this week against the Falcons in Atlanta. A back-and-forth game saw the Chiefs come out on top with a final score of 22-17 to remain undefeated on the season. The Chiefs are now 3-0 and will be playing the 2-1 Chargers in LA next Sunday. At the Jayhawk Classic this weekend, the volleyball team went 2-1, losing to top 10 ranked Creighton, but defeating both Tulsa and 6th ranked Purdue. Kansas goes from 10 to 9 in the rankings. The Jayhawks will open Big 12 play tomorrow against UCF. The game will be at Horse Arena at 6 p.m. The women's soccer team went to Ohio on Thursday and beat Cincinnati with a final score of 1-0. And after that win and a loss on Sunday to West Virginia, the team moved to 4-3-3 overall. They will be playing at home on Thursday against UCF. We'll be taking a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have Emma with the weather.
Yeah, I always just clap in this part.
This is where everyone's talking amongst themselves. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Are we supposed to smile?
When do we start? Somebody over here already started.
Can we talk about the piccolo part? It's the most complicated one.
It is.
If you listen, you're doing it when the band's not playing.
You have to tell me when it starts. I still don't know.
Here we go.
Just clapping now.
No humps. Nailed it.
I practiced this morning.
Mine was just two people.
It has a right and a wrong way of doing it. No. Wrong.
I like my way better.
I don't know how to
1,
do
2,
the
3,
end.
4.
It's just I don't know the
Sorry.
head.
That's great.
It's hard by yourself. Welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Emma here with your weekly weather forecast. Well, good news for all you Jayhawk students who might be tired of this summer weather we've been having. As of this Sunday, the 22nd, autumn is officially here. It was pretty obvious that fall was arriving starting on Sunday when our temperatures dropped all the way down into the mid-60s. It was definitely a bit of a shock, at least for me. And that weather trend is going to kind of continue throughout the rest of this week. However, we are still going to be seeing some days of sunshine and those warmer temperatures as we get further into the weekend, especially this Thursday and Friday. However, for the most part, we are experiencing mostly cloudy skies and a little chance of rain, especially today. Taking a look now at our current temperatures, in Lawrence we are sitting at about 60 degrees and it's kind of similar everywhere else. Obviously it is not 89 degrees in Kansas City. It is about the same, 60, 58, 57 degrees down in Ottawa and then 60 degrees up in Leavenworth. Taking a look outside our beautiful KU campus, not the prettiest picture today, but you are getting a pretty good view of those clouds that are happening, and those clouds will also be continuing throughout the rest of the day. Here in Lawrence, we are currently sitting at about 62 degrees. Once again, those partly cloudy skies. This morning, we did see some small slivers of sunshine start to poke through, and that trend is going to probably continue throughout the rest of the day. However, the good news is we are experiencing lower wind speeds at about 4 miles per hour, but that humidity is raising all the way up to about 79%. So kind of this trend that's been continuing throughout the rest of this month and last month. It is going to feel a little bit sticky outside, so you might not want to dress too cozy, too warm, because it will still feel just a little bit humid outside. Taking a look at our hourly planner, around 1 p.m. we are dropping down to about 68 degrees, but then by 5 p.m. we're rising all the way up to 72, and that's kind of going to be our high for today, as
as after that we're going back down to 68 again at 7 and all the way down to 58 by 10 p.m. Again, those clouds are going to start to disperse, come and go throughout the night, but by 10 p.m. most of them will be gone and it'll be a pretty clear night. Taking a look at our radar, nothing too exciting happening right now. However, as we get further into the week, you might start to see a little bit more clouds, but as of right now, nothing too exciting happening. Taking a look now at tonight's forecast, we're looking at a low of about 51 degrees, and that temperature is going to be occurring in the early hours of the morning, probably 2 or 3 a.m. So if you are out, that's something definitely to be aware of. Partly cloudy skies, lighter winds, and higher humidity. Again, our humidity is actually going to raise all the way up to 89%. So it's definitely going to feel probably a little bit warmer than it actually is. Again, something to be aware of. Taking a look at tomorrow's forecast, those sunny skies are back after the last couple days. We're looking at a high of about 78 degrees. Humidity again remains higher, but it is going to be dropping from today all the way down to about 62%. Now taking a look at our sports forecast this Saturday when KU football has their first game at Arrowhead Stadium. That day, Saturday, we're going to be looking at a high of about 74 degrees. Partly cloudy skies are going to be giving way to some sun. However, something to definitely be aware of if you plan to attend that game is there is a chance of showers. Probably nothing too bad, but definitely could experience a little bit of rain during that game time. Taking a look now at our extended forecast, again, a bit of a rise in temperature tomorrow and Thursday, all the way up into the high 70s, almost the 80s, before we drop back down to 74 on Friday. Again, those clouds, mostly sunny tomorrow and Thursday, giving way to more clouds as we get further into the weekend. Friday is our best chance of looking at showers as well as Saturday evening. And then again, as we get into next Tuesday, temperatures are dropping all the way back down to about a high of 71. But those sunny skies are coming back. So it's not quite in those nice, cool fall temperatures remaining consistent as we go into the weeks, but fall is definitely here. Well, that's all we have for weather. Thank you so much for tuning in to Good Morning KU, and we'll see you right back here next Tuesday at 10 a.m.